You ever been to a funeral where the person who was presiding over the funeral, you could tell that they were just having a hard time trying to say something good about that dude laying out there in front of the church? Could be a woman, could be a dude. But they had nothing good to say, and you could tell that they didn't know him. And the family and the friends, whoever put the money together to have this funeral, they ain't really had too much good to say about him either. That's the way life can be for some people. So listen, family, today I want to ask, how long will it take for the internet to forget you? How long will it take for YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram? How long will it take for them to forget you after you are no longer here? Y'all hang on. Morning, family. Morning. Lee Mac 912, baby, and I am here. I'm chilling on my front porch today, and I just had a couple of things to say. Make sure I wipe the crumbs off of my face. I'm just having a little coffee and eating a little bagel from New Jersey, my hometown, and I am chilling. You know, recently I had someone who I follow on YouTube, and I realized, after a week or so that, man, I ain't seen him. I haven't seen him put out any videos, and seems like nobody really missed him. So I started thinking about that. How long is it going to take for those people to miss you? In the cigar world, Ron Reel and I will talk about Puro Maduro, but there's a lot of new people that come along and they say, I never heard of this guy. Or Dr. Joe. New people, I've never seen Dr. Joe. I don't know what you're talking about, even though these videos still exist. Back in the old Baptist church, they sing a song. The title of the song is, May the Works I've Done Speak for Me. So the way I live my life, I hope somebody will remember me, but if they don't, that's okay. That's not why I'm doing what I do in my life. But when you talk about your work speaking for you, those are the type of things that are important in life. I heard a story recently on the news about a doctor who, he was a young guy. He was in his mid-50s when he died, and he basically worked in the intensive care unit, and he had some underlying conditions himself, but rather than stay home, he continued to go to work during the pandemic and eventually contracted the disease, and he died. Maybe for some time afterwards, those who have been saved by him will say, you know what? I didn't know him because I was on the ventilator, but I've heard the stories about what he did. What are they going to say about you? The people who march for freedom and justice in this country for people that didn't look like themselves. There'll be people who we will always be able to say they were on the front lines. When I was marching for the rights of my brothers and sisters, this dude right here was always right next to me. During the civil rights era, there were always white brothers and sisters on the front line. You hear the names of the Dr. Ralph Abernathy's and the Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all of those people who were there, but there were always white brothers and sisters that sat right next to them. So how long is it going to take for the internet to forget you? I contend not long. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden people will say, yeah, you know. No, after 2 weeks, they won't even miss you. I used to leave my jobs and they would say, oh, we're gonna miss you, whatever. I said, look, man, it ain't gonna be long before you're gonna forget my name and you'll say, you remember that black guy that used to work here? He was always kind of nice. What was his name again? The internet and social media will forget you. Look at some of these social influencers who were top notch, top of their game. PewDiePie and all of these other folks, and then they do something stupid, people get mad at them, and then they move on. Now all of a sudden now, you are no one. You are no one. So family, you got to remember why you're doing what you're doing in life, on the internet, with your family. You got to remember why are you doing what you're doing. When I talk to my new reviewers out there, one of the first questions I ask them is, why are you doing this? What's your purpose? What are you trying to achieve? Some people are trying to achieve fame and fortune. Some people, like my nephew, is trying to use the channel to get to a spot where he can become a blender. Some people are narcissistic and they just like seeing themselves on camera and they like people fawning over them. All of those are all good reasons. But at least you know what your reason is. Some people don't know why they're doing it. It looks good to them, they think it's easy, so therefore they will go and try it themselves. But it won't take long, family. 2 weeks. 2 weeks is all it's going to take for YouTube to forget you. 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, it's almost like you will stop existing. YouTube will stop pushing you, the algorithm will stop pushing your videos in front of people, and new people will come along doing the same thing that you're doing, and you, my friend, will be forgotten. So that's why I have a plaque in my garage that says, when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. That's why I asked the question, why are you here? Go back and watch that video. I'm gonna put a card up here for that one. Why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? If you're doing it for the wrong reasons, then it is not gonna last and you will not be successful. I could have went to medical school and became a doctor. I don't really have any interest in being a doctor, but I heard they say they make lots of money. But while I'm struggling through those late nights of studying and going through those long, almost slave-like internships and residencies and all of those type of things, many times the average person wants to quit. Me, who's only trying to get to the money, I'm going to want to quit a lot sooner than they will. My ex-wife just completed, I believe, her second PhD. She's smart. At one point in life, I was going to get a PhD. It was all signed up and ready to go. At this point in life, I have no intentions of getting a PhD. But when I was, my purpose was to become a business teacher, to represent more of my black and brown people in business school. That was my goal and that was my reason. You gotta have a good reason, family. If you don't have a good reason for doing what you do, you will eventually fail and people will eventually forget about you. I think about some of the new people in the review space. Some people are doing very well numbers-wise. Some people are not. Some people continually work. Some people don't. The internet will forget you quickly, family. Know your purpose. Know your worth. Know why you're here. When you wake up in the morning, you got to say to yourself, today is going to be another great day. Today is another great day, family. I'm sitting out here on my porch, waiting for my grass to dry so I can cut it. I'm drinking my coffee, and I'm enjoying myself, and I'm talking to my family. Lee Mac 912, why are you here? I started for a different reason than I ended up. I started trying to fill in some holes about these things that we review that I wasn't getting from the other review channels. And as I sat around, I just started talking about things. People responded to it. And then I got the messages that said, you know, I didn't have a father growing up. You remind me of my uncle, my grandfather, my father who's no longer here. Then I realized there was a bigger purpose for what I was doing. So therefore I continue on, and that's why I'm here. I realize that me sharing that every day can be a great day if you wake up and say to your subconscious mind that today is going to be another great day. Resonates with a lot of people, has helped a lot of people through some dark days, just like it helped me. So that's why I'm here. I won't be here forever. At some point I'll be gone. At some point the algorithm will stop pushing me because there will be no more new content. Hopefully you have picked up what I put down, and you will be having great days. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and a lie, so you might as well tell it something good, family. You might as well tell it something good. That's what I do every day. Almost 13 years I've been having a great day every day. Is every day going to be perfect? No. Talked to my sister Tracy the other day, and she said, Daddy Mac, she said, I've been having some crappy great days, but every day has been a great day. It's like that sometimes. But we got to fight on through. All right, family, I'm out of here. I'm going to keep on drinking my coffee, and I'm going to get the hell on out of here. That's what I'm going to do. Y'all continue having a great day. I'll see you next time.